I put a spell on you because you're mine. You better stop the thing that you're doing. Oh, you better watch out. I ain't lying. Ow, I ain't gonna take none of yours fooling around. I ain't gonna take none of yours. Put me down. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Oh, yeah. That'll be the last time you ever hear me sing something like that before. Well, I'm the multi-voice reviewer. I have many voices, but one opinion. And today I'm going to review something that I know I reviewed it a long time ago, but this time it's more of a Hocus Pocus update. Yeah, some of you probably have seen my review. I'm gonna leave it down below. But, I knew I should have reviewed this back then during October, but I had the Grim Scary Tales in mind and didn't think much on reviewing this during October. But, this time, and of course last time I dressed up as the Wizard of Oz because it involves magic. But as I kept watching this movie, I discovered that it was more of a Halloween movie than just a fantasy. And of course, one thing I also heard that the Hoosier Theater in Main Street of Vivi, next to where I live, the Hoosier Theater was having a sort of a theater night, and they were playing this in the theaters. Too bad I didn't get any tickets to see that. But anyway, Hocus Pocus has always been a good movie. Really was. Bette Midler, who plays Winifred Sanderson here, she said, I remember what she said while she starred in this movie. She said that this was her, it was her best role she ever starred in. So this was her best movie. Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Najimy. Hope I got her name right. Anyway, she played Mary, the curly-like character. Now, back then I was young, I thought Sarah Jessica Parker was cute in this movie. Until, as I saw her now, she looks like she's been beaten in the ugly years. Even if she appeared in that TV show on HBO called Sex and the City, let's just say she ain't winning any beauty contests. And as for Kathy, now I remember she did the voice of Mrs. Hill on that animated series that I reviewed a year ago called King of the Hills. You know, the one that's a tribute to Brittany Murphy. I mean, these actresses, they knew that the movie's not that bad anyway. I mean, it's really, really good. And, it's just it didn't go well in the box office. And, these three actresses, they know it wasn't... I mean, it's not all that spectacular, but they had fun with it, and that's the best thing. Sounds like something I would have done. I mean, if I knew that the movie's not all that good, but at least I have fun with it. But anyway, you pretty much know the story. They're the three evil Sanderson sisters back in the colonial time. Now, one thing I forgot to mention on my old review, that there was some deleted scenes in the movie. Now, it's not on this disc because it was deleted. It was never seen again. But there was one scene where Zachary Binks, the boy in the colonial time, he found a piece of candy under Emily's pillow. And that's why Emily was hypnotized by Sarah's singing her "Come little children, the time's come to play." And of course, there was also another deleted scenes where they decided to make some candy to give out for kids, so they went to a grocery shopping. And as you can saw in the trailer, you saw Mary squirting a bottle of something down her mouth. It was baby oil. She was squirting baby oil down her mouth. Like, yeah. And of course, there was also one scene where Mary was about ready to kidnap a little toddler, but the the real mother was like, "Hey!" And it was like, "Oh, sorry." And Winifred showed up and grabbed Mary by the ear and going like, "Come on!" And they also bought a cooker, a grill, a cookout grill, so they can make the candy. And when the store clerk was like, "Cash or charge," she was like, "Oh, charge." There you go. Come again. And they finally made the candy and they gave it to all the kids out in the street. And that was the deleted scenes. Right there. And of course, there's a little something with the cast that I've been noticing. I mean, besides the three actresses, one thing I knew that the actor who played William Butcherson, he was a body actor. I mean, he was in tons of movies. I mean, I can name all of it. I mean, he played Abe Sapien on Hellboy. He played Pin from Pin's Labyrinth. And he also played the No, wait. No, that wasn't him. But he also was the Silver Surfer on the Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. I just wish he should have a better part. I mean, he should play the Silver Surfer, but let him do the voice instead of Lawrence Fishburne. And the cast in the movie right here. Now, the kid who plays Zach, he's supposed to be a Californian kid who moved all the way to Salem, and he hates Salem, and he thinks that Halloween is was created by the candy company. You know, I hate conspiracies. They always pee me off. I mean, everybody knows that Halloween is based on an old tradition called All Hallows Eve, where it's one of those time of the years. Oh, shut up. Dang bird. It's a certain type of holiday, one of those old-time tradition. It comes once a year, where the spirit of the dead returns to Earth. That's what Halloween is all about. And of course, that's what my history of Halloween was about. If you ever looked on my list of videos, I did do a video called The Haunted History of Halloween. It was sort of like a last hurrah on my grim, scary tales. And of course, I know that the actress who played Denny, she did grow up. I mean, some people might remember her on. She played the daughter of what's his head? The one who did House of Cards. Kevin Spacey. She played the daughter of Kevin Spacey on American Beauty. And as for the actress who played Allison, I always kind of thought of her as a model, but actually she appeared in a lot of movies, and also in that Stanley Kubrick's last film, Eyes Wide Shut. And as for the actor who played Max, well, a lot of people kind of remember him as this character in Erie, Indiana. You know, that's the funny thing. I live in Indiana. But of course, it's not Erie, but in October it gets a little spooky sometimes. That's why I love it. I mean, I love this place, Indiana. Of course, I live in Florence, Indiana. This is where I live. Sort of a country place, but it's home to me. Not as Erie as Erie, Indiana. And I wonder if any of you think I might be able to review this, maybe next time. And as for the actor who played Thackeray Binks, a lot of papers. Some of you probably remember him as playing this character in NCIS. You know, that military crime scene investigation. You know, I really do like that gothy girl in that show. I mean, I thought she was something. I mean, she's like the queen of the undead thing going, and her personality is very optimistic. But there was one thing I had to clear the air, though. The actress who played Emily, Zachary's little sister. Now, me and other people thought that this very beautiful and very talented YouTuber named Venetian Princess played Emily. But I was wrong, and so is everybody else. Turns out that this is Emily, played by Ashley Shepard. And this is her. This is the real Emily. But one thing you all should know, this lovely YouTuber named Venetian Princess, she was in Hocus Pocus, but she played one of the kids in costume, so she was an extra. And for those of you who don't know about the Venetian Princess, you should look her up. I mean, she is good and talented. I mean, heck, she became my first YouTube crush. I'm not kidding. I had a huge crush on her show. And a lot of people say she's a female YouTube version of Weird Al Yankovic because she makes a lot of music video parodies. But ever since she got married and had a daughter, she hadn't been doing any videos lately. But right now she's doing something for Halloween. I don't know what, but I'm dying to know. She is something, isn't she, guys? But one thing I also discovered about Hocus Pocus that everybody was kind of surprised about. I heard that there was a rumor saying that they're planning to do this. A sequel to Hocus Pocus. I mean, there is this huge rumor going on saying that they're going to make a sequel to Hocus Pocus in theaters. And even some people are saying it's going to be a Disney Channel original movie and not a theatrical movie. But I guess, waiting for all those years, it never happened. Nobody didn't make a sequel to Hocus Pocus. But somebody took the script and made this. A novel. It's called Hocus Pocus and All New Sequel. Which, please? Which, please? Now, I picked up some information from some of the YouTubers who talked about this sequel. Here's the part. It has a bit of a backstory that the Sanderson sisters also had a fourth sister named Elizabeth Sanderson. Now, unlike Winifred, Elizabeth, she took the opposite direction. She preferred not to be evil like her sisters. So, what she did is she kept this moonstone. It's become the source of her powers. But ever since her sisters were executed, her and her husband tried to hide, but a couple of town folks found out where she is and decided to have her hang. But the husband kept the stone hidden and also hid her daughter. And then a couple of years later, a descendant of Elizabeth showed up. And then all of a sudden, they found the moonstone, and somehow it brought the Sanderson sisters back from the grave. and all of a sudden the ghost of Elizabeth showed up to communicate her descendant. And also, Winifred's mother showed up in the story. And as it turns out, she's more evil and benign than Winifred. So, the sequel is a bit dark, but it does sound really interesting that I would love to see it myself if they ever make a movie out of it. So, my advice to you guys, look for any library or bookstore and ask for this book. Heck, that's one thing I should be doing. Or maybe find an audiobook, if they have it on audiobook. I'm just not much of a big reader. I prefer audiobooks, but yeah. Seriously, guys, look it up in your local bookstore and read it. I bet I know some people I know who would make a fan-made video out of that book. Isn't that right, William? But anyway, the book, the sequel, is interesting, and so is the original movie. Well, but to my opinion, I mean, there are some funny things in the movie. My opinion of Hocus Pocus, it's a lot like McDonald's. First, it's like McDonald's. Sure, there's better things out there, but eh. And of course, the whole shaming of being a virgin. Give me a break. The kid's 13. Come on. Of course, that's not the only movie where they mention virgin. I mean, if you remember my review of Monster Squad. But to my opinion, I say the better witch movie that I would recommend is, of course, Kiki's Delivery Service. Now, Kiki's Delivery Service, it was it was written really, really good. Sadly, it wasn't even based from any books or anything. But it's based, and it's a Studio Ghibli by Hayao Miyazaki. I love Hayao Miyazaki. I love their anime. Their feel-good animes. They're really good. And, sadly, I only have the picture because I don't have the DVD of it. I wish I have. If I had a chance, I would like to buy the DVD of the anime and the DVD of the live-action Japanese they made. Yeah, that's right. They made a live-action Japanese one. Surprise, surprise. But at least I found this one that I prefer, that I like. Howl's Moving Castle. I like Howl. It's a really good movie. But for those of you who prefer Halloween-ish stories involving witches, check out Hocus Pocus. Or, if you take it from me, check out Kiki's Delivery Service. Not exactly Halloween-ish, but it's all in good fun. Well, this is my review for the day. If any of you like this review, please leave a comment down below. Hit like and subscribe for more. And there's going to be more for Nostalgia Ring coming up soon.